Wale Edun is a misfit for Tinubu's government. He tolerated it until his integrity broke. Solomon Dalung, Justus. Former Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solomon Dalung, has described Nigeria's Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, as unsuitable for President Bola Tinubu's administration, alleging that he has struggled to remain aligned with the government's direction. Dalung made the remarks during a public commentary shared by the cable's official X account, where he also questioned Edun's continued presence in the federal cabinet. According to Dalung, Edun has remained in the administration despite internal discomforts, suggesting that he stayed on only up to a point where, in his view, his personal integrity was being tested. He claimed that the finance minister endured the system until he reached a stage where he could no longer fully reconcile his position with the policies and decisions of the government. Kingsley Ochama says, is Tinubu not a misfit? Every single one of them, from the president to the vice president to the ministers to the senators, every single one of them is a misfit. Every one of them, misfits. Tajwe says it is Orodo PNB sacked for total lack of performance. Even Dalung that he's speaking to, during his time too, he was a misfit. All of them misfits, Jari. Uche says both Wale Edun and Yemi Kaduso are misfits and destroyers of Nigerian economy for World Bank and IMF. Oyekule says the shameless nuisance that is not supposed to talk in the society talking trash. Why is he not supposed to talk? I beg. Okay, Jesus says when a lunatic is talking, you will know. Okon says, see this ex-failure minister still get mouth to the talk, at least until he is arrested or something is being done about him. He will talk. He will talk. You can't close his mouth. Tiko Okoye says, when Buhari first appointed his Dalung man as sports and youth minister, I was deceived by his prefix of comrade like Oshio Baba into thinking it would make a huge impact. No be so Oshomole deceiver now. Oh, but he couldn't even generate a whimper. All he does these days is to gossip. I'm telling you, that was why I make it gist us. That was why I say he should gist us, because of us, he will always give us gist. But really, he gossips like Pepper Soup to enter me, but he wants to be the outsider who weeps louder than Wale Edun, but he should focus on telling Nigerians about how far things went before something broke behind closed doors, causing Buhari to sack him with ignominy and alacrity. Okay now. Adebayo says, if you can open your mouth and call Wale Edun a misfit, then you are a confirmed ghost minister of the inglorious and moribund administration. Minister Daniel said, let him be given a post. You will see him saying, it wasn't him that said all those things, that he was misquoted. A misfit like him talking about every single one of them is a misfit. Adekule says, if people could go back when you were with late Buhari, what has been your achievement? They only tolerated your excesses to eat whatever crumbs left over and get out. If it is not real, tell us how productive you were. Get to calling pot black. Balaji Elisha says, just like how PNB patiently tolerated your cluelessness and displayed failure for 4 years until you embarrassed him internationally before he booted you out of his cabinet to avoid further shame. You put the country in the issue of CAF president election for the successor of Issa Hayatu and many others. Okay now. How many competent persons are there in this government? As in all of them. Misfits. Nigeria says, face your ADC internal leadership problem. Somebody says, Amebo, tell us how our lady's integrity broke behind closed doors. Light and darkness can never mix. Any person of impeccable integrity and honesty cannot work with Tinubu. They must matter along the way. If you are incorruptible, Tinubu will jettison you. So don't blame people like Edun, Ngelali, Dokubo, etc. who retracted their steps in their work with Tinubu. Those guys must have seen Shege. Elefant says, talkative Dalung, tell us your achievement as a minister. I don't know Edun, but all of you are the same and one person. That is just it. All of them are the same. Same. Akindele said, I don't know who is still carrying his views. He's disgruntled. Okay now. Ogun Daini says, it was never so, not until he left you. Now, knew he wasn't for the government, always looking for what to say to discredit every administration. What an opposition. Williams Okpare says, an unsuccessful minister of sports, another empty head. Failure follow you. At Aoyemi says, because you were unfit for late Buhari's government, he dismissed you from his government as you did not achieve anything, being the sports minister in his first tenure. Okay now. Dalung says, the man talking was fired by Buhari's government for incompetency in the sports ministry, not even sensitive for portfolio. Okay? James Tinubu says, unfortunately, you have not been able to tell what Wale Edun was alleged to have done wrong in the government. Bad reporting. Cloud says, who is talking? It is not incompetence that led to Edun's removal because he is eminently qualified. He once said in 2024 that with the removal of subsidy, we won't need much borrowing. There, I knew he might not last. This PNB's failure can't be taken seriously. We will not borrow. We cannot be borrowed, they borrow up and down. It is well. Aoyemi says, because you were unfit for lead by his government, he dismissed you from his government as you did not achieve anything being the sports minister in his first tenure. Okay, Wale says rubbish. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.